Hey, you guys, this is the first of a series that I am going to be doing called Helping Healers Heal. So, the first thing we're going to talk about is the wounded healer or the savior complex. This is for those who feel like they've had to carry other people's pain, that you have to help fix everybody. But today we're going to talk about how you heal yourself in that area. First and foremost, I want you to understand that it is not your responsibility to save the world. I have been there, and basically everything that I'm going to talk to you about, more than likely I've experienced it myself. So this idea that you have to help everybody, it comes from an identity in your foundation that love equals taking care of other people, and basically that you get acknowledged by being a helpful person. So it's like a reward system. If you help others and you get accolades, then obviously you must be doing something right. Or sometimes it could be that you feel other people's pain and you feel called to help them, but did they ask you to? Did they ask you to help them? Did they ask you to fix them? Are you giving unsolicited advice or help? If you are in the wounded helper or have the savior complex, more than likely you are overextending yourself to fix people. You may feel worthless if you're not needed, or you may experience emotional burnout or self-sacrificing behavior. There's someone that I know that constantly makes themselves available to help people, fix people, heal people. And I believe it's part of the journey of the healer to learn to heal themselves first and the importance of taking care of themselves first. So this overextending is something that you need to look at and be careful of, because it is what actually creates the burnout. These are also ways that healers have a tendency to neglect their own healing, because if you're constantly surrounded by other people who are calling on you, or they're reflecting your need to try to fix or to help or to heal, then it serves you where you don't have to focus on yourself. This is something that you definitely want to be aware of, because eventually it's going to burn you out, and it's going to do what I call being set down, where spirit sits you down in order to recalibrate, to take a look at yourself and see where you're neglecting yourself. But sometimes people don't even take that cue, and they just figure, well, I'll just rest a little bit and then I'll just keep going. Well, be careful. Be very careful about that. Let's talk about this though. In childhood, you may have experienced emotional neglect. And what that can look like is that your emotions were not validated, and you sought other ways to be acknowledged, praised, or find your value in the family dynamic. You found value in helping others and saving others, and that is called false worth. Is that your worth is based on what others think of you, or how they praise you, or validate your ability to help them. When we go through this, there can be an identity collapse. And the identity collapse happens when you have focused so much outwardly that you don't really know who you are, and you don't know your own value anymore. The way that you help to heal yourself is by reclaiming your own boundaries. It's knowing your capacity to help, how much of your energy that you can give out. Being aware if you're pouring from an empty cup. Knowing when to take a step back to heal yourself, to power up, get your energy back. But most importantly, it's to start setting spiritual boundaries. I say that all your healing is in your foundation. This means that little you has the keys, the answers to everything that you need to heal. So I suggest that you do some child work, some child healing work, which is going in and connecting with that inner child and validating that child, that they are worthy, that they are good enough, that they don't have to overextend themselves for praise or for acknowledgement. Much of our healing comes from being willing to first acknowledge yourself, first and foremost, before anybody else acknowledges you. To take the time to say, I am doing good, I'm doing good work, or I am valid in my need to rest or to sleep, and just giving your own self that encouragement, because everyone around you is a reflection of you. You are not exempt from the reflections, my friend. Taking a look at your client base at times is something that's going to tell you where you are in your own healing, because they're going to reflect back to you how you treat yourself, what still needs to be healed in you, and especially if you see a consistent pattern of behavior within your clients. Another thing is that you have to trust that other people have the capacity to heal themselves. Being everybody calls a healer, I call it a conduit actually, because you're giving them what they need to heal themselves. They actually have to take the tools or the lessons that you give them to heal. So being a conduit of healing, you have to be willing to allow other people to heal themselves. So instead of trying to create minions or people who constantly lean on you or need you, which is self-serving and egoic, is that you actually want to be that person that sets them free. And this means that you empower them to heal themselves through the tools that you give them, and just allow them their process, and know that whatever work that you've done is enough. Whatever you've given them is what they asked you to in this lifetime. So be mindful of that. The other thing is making sure that you're serving from overflow, meaning that your cup is full, that you're energetic, grounded, feeling healthy and alive, and not out of obligation. That means that you're not forcing yourself to show up, to be present for people when literally your energy is low. Now, lastly, it's important for you to be in a space where you feel worthy without being the person who's always saving someone else. I did another video called Don't Be a Captain, Save a Hoe. But literally, pause for the cause. If you are not well, if you are not full of energy, if your energetic field is not whole, WHOLE, and full of holes, HOLES, then you're probably not in a space to be helping others in this moment. It's safe and it's okay for taking time for you, and it does not mean that you're going to lose out on love. Okay? And if you feel that way, that means that little you still has a lot more healing to do. All right, I'm Kijana of Kijana Unplugged. Peace.